Today, I'm going to show you animals with incredible powers that will make you say, what? Let's get started. To all those who are tired of being adults, paying taxes, and getting up to go to work, I present to you your new spirit animal, the Turritopsis jellyfish, that have the incredible ability to transform themselves and become innocent youngsters again, which is the dream of all those who want to go back to their childhood. In short, the jellyfish grows into adulthood as animals usually do, but when it feels stressed or in danger, it goes back to a juvenile state of self. Let's do a 180 with an animal able to spit in the head of all the local morons around, which have a delicious looking body. Archerfish prefer to eat what is out of the water, and to do so without having to go out into the open air. This intelligent being said to himself, man, if I spit on these assholes with enough force, they will fall like dicks into the water and bam, dinner will be served. So that's exactly what it does with any kind of insect that ends up in his stomach. Just look, calculating, targeting, and suck on this, you fat fuck, time to be eaten alive. Next, imagine that you just got your little heart broken into pieces, but don't worry, you can regenerate it, so you won't be hurt anymore. Well, it's a metaphor, but you get the idea. The axolotl, which have quite a nice BFF face, are able to regenerate any part of their body, which in humans could make arms, legs, eyes, and even brains grow back. The dumbest among you, who love to risk their lives for nothing at all, could then completely ruin their body and make it grow back without any problem. Just wait for the progress of science to reproduce it in humans, and you'll be able to do the most impossible stunts there are without dying, which honestly might not be a good thing, but hey. Let's go back on the offense with violence in mind by checking out the local murderer who terrifies the seafloor, the pistol shrimp, which got its name because it bangs everything that seems appetizing or disrespectful to it. They can reach 60 miles per hour underwater with their weaponized arms, a marvelous speed that, in a fraction of a second, can produce a temperature of 8,500 degrees Fahrenheit, close to the surface of the sun's weather forecast. After being hit by water bubbles under this devastating force, its enemies are simply knocked out cold, and our little shrimp can then drag their bodies to make a good meal out of them. The electric eel can electrocute your fat face almost to the same extent as a cop taser, which is enough to render you unconscious in the worst possible place, a body of water. Measuring up to 7 feet long and 44 pounds of lightning, these fat snake-looking creatures live in South America, so watch out if you go there as a tourist, because a shot of Zap can smoke an alligator that's a little too curious, and certainly drive your dumb self into cardiac arrest before sending you straight to heaven without being able to call for your mama. If you are ever done with people ruining your life, what else could be better than throwing boiling acid in their faces? The bombardier beetle has no time for any little son of a bitch that gets a little too close for comfort and attacks anyone with a boiling jet, similar to a blast of boiling acid with a corrosive effect that shreds the skin of its predators and makes them scream in pain as they run in the opposite direction. And if that's not enough, even when swallowed by ill-mannered toads, the beetle resists their stomach acid and makes a mess inside them so that the toads have no choice but to spit it out if they don't want to be broken from the inside. In the same kind of fluid BS, the golden-tailed geckos inhabiting our dear Demon Island, Australia, are able to project through their tail one of the most disgusting liquids in the world, whose stench is equaled only by the nauseating smell of the people who take the bus behind you in the morning and who haven't brushed their teeth for decades. And that damned liquid is sticky, therefore don't even try to get rid of it. Only a good shot of bleach will save you. I specify it's a joke. Don't go bathe in bleach and then accuse me of being responsible for your own stupidity. We finish this list with the warrior that is probably the most incredible in the entire history of planet Earth, with us human beings as distant partners. The tardigrade, or water bear, is considered by some as the real dominant of the planet due to its ability to survive in the deepest oceans, on top of the highest mountains, in the middle of the most arid deserts, at temperatures close to absolute zero at negative 523 degrees Fahrenheit, and in the opposite, in a furnace of more than 300 degrees Celsius. Able to survive without food or water for decades, they can also survive in space without oxygen. In order to do so, these animals that don't give a damn can place themselves in cryptobiosis, a state far superior to the hibernation state, which allows them to dehydrate 99% of their body and fill themselves with antifreeze to protect their cellular structure. Afterwards, give it some water, even decades later, and it will wake up as if nothing had happened and start living its life where it left it off.